Now PXG are known for making golf clubs for golfers of all levels with their adjustability and the ability to move around CG. Now today we have the brand new Gen 7 0311 irons in the XP and the P, and we have the brand new PXG Black Ops iron as well. Massive offering of forgiveness across the whole range. How do they compare to each other? Let's find out. Now, when looking at these irons, you may think they are maybe a little bit kind of chunky in a way, but that's just because of their massive offering of forgiveness and distance in these kind of setups. So if we look at the Black Ops, it is obviously wider sole, but that's just because you're going to get that maximum forgiveness in that game improvement iron. If you move on to the P, for example, slightly thinner sole out of the three, but it's going to give you a little bit more distance and help, especially just on those off-center hits. So if you are someone who's maybe played like a CB blade, that just needs a little bit more help with distance or on those off-center strikes, that's going to be a great option. But if you're just looking for more distance, more forgiveness, but in a great looking head, then this XP in this player's distance offering is going to be, brilliant as well. But how do they differ in tech? I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, so kicking us off, we have the PXG Black Ops. Now, what they've done with this is they've created a dual cavity design. What that basically means is they've been able to take mass out of the center, redistribute it around the outer part of the club, which then obviously lowers your CG, increasing your MOI, giving you more forgiveness in this head. And in a game improvement iron, that's exactly what you want. Now, internally, what sits in this hollow body design is the X-Core 2 polymer material, which is super lightweight, basically enhances that feel and sound, and combined with that thin margin steel face, which is one of the thinnest faces in golf, you're going to get incredible speeds and distance across that whole club head. Then on top of that, you basically have the power channel technology, which is essentially, if you think of the golf club like that, it's like a U shape right here. So it's going to give you better kind of face deflection and speed. So on miss hits, it's going to give you better stability, better speed, and consistent distance as well. Okay, moving on to the 0311 XP Gen 7, 7th generation, and it's got a brand new quantum core technology. This essentially is a lighter weight material that sits internally in the club, which has helped reduce mass and weight, which has allowed it to be, again, moved around the perimeter for more forgiveness and better stability. Now, if you combine that with an ultra thin margin steel face, it's 15% thinner than the previous generation, you're going to get incredible speeds. And then on top of that, you've got the power channel technology, just like in the Black Ops. It's that kind of U shape here. So you're going to get great speeds off those maybe miss hits and slight shots, which maybe will deflect differently, but they're going to be straighter and longer. So this titanium insert on the back is obviously a lot lighter in weight, which allows more weight to be redistributed. So what we see now is tungsten in the toe, which is going to give you better stability, especially on off-center strikes, but it's going to give you the distance that you want to see. So if you were to miss hit one, you're not going to be as short of the green as what you'd expect. You're going to be pretty much up there, giving yourself a better chance to either save par or even make the front of the green. Now, with the CG weight on the back, this can be changed to basically fit on how you want the club head to feel. So the swing weight can be altered to your needs. Now, on top of that, we have this beautiful 5x forged head, which is going to feel amazing. And I can tell you right now, you can even see by the looks, it's going to look great as well. Now, moving into the 0311P in the Gen 7. Now, this has the same technology as what we saw in the XP. So we've got that new quantum core technology in here. The head shape is just that little bit more compact. So it's not going to be as forgiving in your player's distance offering. This is in a player's package. So it's a little bit more compact, a little bit thinner on the top line, more for the player who's maybe played those CBs or blades in the past, but wants something which is that little bit more forgiving, easier to hit, that's going to offer them great distance as well. But a great looking club with that thin margin steel face. You've obviously got the CG and the titanium bezel in the back as well. And you've also got the little tungsten weighting in the toe and also that power channel technology in here as well. So it offers exactly the same as the XP, but just in that smaller player's iron profile. Let's put these to the test. Let's give them a hit. Got the FlightScope down I've got the Black Ops in hand, so I'm going to hit this one first, and then we'll go through all the data afterwards. Now, the one thing I would say is that's really noticeable. When you sit these down on the ground, the top lines are quite thin. They're really pleasing on the eye, especially for something when you kind of look at the sole of it, it is a lot bigger. But I tell you what, they look absolutely brilliant, especially for a game improvement iron. I tell you what, they come off like an absolute rocket. Jesus. That's gone a lot further than what I was expecting. Jeez, oh. 190 through the air with a 7 iron. Take that, that's not bad at all. All right, next up we have the XP. Now I'm expecting some pretty punchy speeds from this. I'll tell you one thing, top line's unbelievably good. It looks great for a player's distance iron. It's something I would actually, myself, would like to look down at when I'm playing. Woo! That's gone absolutely miles. So 150 mile an hour ball speed, pretty much 200 yards on the nose. That thing flies. That is impressive. So lastly, we have the 0311P in the Gen 7. Now, for a player's iron, I mean, this is nice, it's compact, the top line's great, and just knowing I've got all that kind of like forgiveness in there, I'm gonna be able to feel like I can hit a variety of shots with it as well. Just has that look of playability. Oh. That is just so good. That came out like an absolute missile as well. Yeah, 150, 193, a little bit shorter, a bit more spin. Very easy to get in the air, but that's just because the lofts are just not going to be as strong as the XP as well. But yeah, phenomenal feeling, great in flight. What more can you ask for? All right, let's look at the data. Now, these are the averages from 5 balls which we've hit with each club. Now, the Black Ops, obviously your game improvement iron, I was really impressed with that. You know, 190 yards on average, 146 mile an hour ball speed, almost 147, consistent in spin at 6,400. It's the total package for a game improvement iron, and it's obviously has so much tech in it as well. Really easy to hit, very forgiving. That high MOI club head, the wider sole, the top line, ticks all the boxes across the board. Moving into the PXG 0311 XP, I absolutely love this. This thing came off like an absolute bullet. Just that slightly thinner top line, more compact head in comparison. It just offers you that forgiveness, and I find myself sometimes swinging it as fast as I do get inconsistencies and misstrike it a lot. But I found the ball speed off this very impressive. 151.7 mile per hour. Spin is a little bit lower, just with the stronger lofts at 5,737, but it goes bullet straight. Really impressive. 199 yards on the dot. Yeah, just absolutely loved it. All right, moving on to the PXG 0311P. Now, this is obviously your player's iron, more compact in head shape. Doesn't offer as much forgiveness as the XP, but it's still very forgiving in its own way. The one thing I really enjoyed was the ball speed again. It's 150 mile an hour, just slightly lower, but what you've got is a slightly higher spin rate at 6,200. Now that's just going to be because of the slight loft difference. But aside from that, 193 yards in distance, super easy to hit, especially in that kind of player profile. Nice thin top line, compact in head shape. Brilliant if you're wanting a little bit more forgiveness and distance, rather than obviously if you're a blade or a CB player, shall we say. It's a great iron. So if I was to look at that, obviously you've got your game improvement iron, your player's distance, and your player's irons right there. Amazing offerings in 3 different forms of forgiveness for your kind of lower handicapper, your kind of mid handicapper, and then your high handicapper as well. There are great options across the board. Go give them a try. I've been James from Bunkered. We'll see you next time.